The noon hour of madness and mayhem powered by Jalisco's, the podcast.
Check. All right. Victor, say something.
Yo, hey.
May Day, more like Friday.
Oh, December day.
Katie just walked by shaking her head, I think.
I don't blame her. That's what I would have done if I was walking by, too.
It's the noon hour of madness and mayhem.
Oh, crazy.
Powered by Jalisco's.
Oh, I was talking about Jalisco's earlier. I really want Chipotle burrito.
I thought you were about to say that Wiltonator burrito.
One of these days, they'll make it.
A lot of people were commenting on that on my TikTok, on our Facebook page, saying that the brisket and the sausage or the chorizo would be a lot of farting, would result in a lot of farting.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with farting.
Not at all. Especially when you live by yourself. Let it rip. It's like a Beyblade.
You know, if you got pets around, you fart near them, they stare at you. They're like, yeah.
It boosts you forward sometimes.
Yeah. You know, if you're running.
Or if you're walking around the house and we're childish around here.
Yeah, we're ready for the weekend.
Fart
as you
day.
Can see.
It's Friday.
Well, Peaches, we talked about this yesterday. The AI, I hadn't heard this till you just played it for me right now, but I guess Spotify getting into the radio DJ realm with your Spotify Wrapped, and they have these two DJs that are AI, and it's kind of weird to listen to because it does sound better than a lot of radio shows I've heard before.
But it's still not good.
But it's still not good.
Because you can tell they're trying to almost force the companionship between the AI bots, between the two AI bots.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound very natural. So it is, again, very much like many radio shows I've heard where the hosts actually hate each other, but they get on air and pretend they like each other.
Which is something that you should bring up on the air in the first place. Like, if you really hate each other and you want to fight, do it on the air. It'd be funny.
Exactly. Let the audience know we don't actually like each other, but we're stuck doing this job.
Like, what happens if Josh and Chantel, the relationship falls through, they're no longer with each other. They'll still do that. Wake up, Classy 97. By the way, Chantel sucks. And Josh, then they go back and forth.
It would be fun to hear those shows that the hosts don't like each other, just constantly being at each other's throats.
Right.
Because people can tell when you're being fake.
I was talking to Darlene, the executive producer for Coast, and she was telling me back in the day, back when Mark and Kim was the morning show. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was Kim. So I think Kim got replaced. Mark was her co-host for many, many, many years. Mm-hmm. And then the company, of course, radio, they just have to fire somebody. They got rid of Kim for no reason. And then I think they brought in this new lady that Mark hated. And he wanted Kim back. So what he did, he's made life a living heck for that lady. And they would fight off the air, and then they would go, Coast 103.5.
Yeah, it's like, just fight on the air. If you're going to fight on the air.
Exactly.
It's fun.
That's what we do.
That's right. When I'm fed up with Peaches, I'll yell. Be like, shut up, Peaches, you're wrong.
But the funniest part about this Spotify AI Wrapped podcast is I was listening to it as I was folding laundry yesterday, and I fell on the floor laughing just because of how stupid this sounded from this lady robot. I got the clip here for you.
All right, let's check it out.
Still loading.
Top track, right? This is the song that basically
the anthem
lived on repeat. It was practically your anthem.
Yeah, your anthem. Yeah, for the year 2024.
So drum roll, please. Your top track is...
I'm ready.
It's Cut.Bleed.Repeat by Project Vengeance.
Ooh, I love that song.
Oh, it's my favorite.
I do know some people that listen to exclusively grindcore, so I really want to hear what their AI Spotify Wrapped podcast sounds like. Oh, your anthem was... I can't even say some of those song titles. Yeah. But you understand what I'm talking about.
Totally.
This one was the most extreme we could do on K-Bear. This was your anthem of 2024. Cut.Bleed.Repeat.
Yeah, I think next year I'm going to find a particularly vile Cannibal Corpse song and just put it on a loop for a day, just so at the end of the year I can listen to them say those words.
Your anthem was Hammer Smashed Face. I love that song.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm going to pick one much worse.
Oh,
much worse.
Victor, did you talk about this question on Ask Reddit earlier on the morning show?
Maybe. What question?
What's the most insulting quote-unquote benefit a job has offered you?
I didn't see that thread.
The top comment, flexible work hours, must be in office between 8 and 5, but you can show up even earlier or stay even later if you want.
That sounds like a radio job.
One of my favorite answers that I did see when I scrolled down here was that the two GMs started a podcast and they forced every worker to start listening to it.
What? Nobody want to listen. That'd be like me having to listen to a Jade podcast. Hello, everybody.
This is how radio should be done.
Jade, he'd do a good podcast if he had another host with him, but Jade by himself, I think that'd be a boring podcast.
You and him would be funny.
We could do a good podcast for sure.
Yeah.
You know, we're really good about cutting each other down. You know, we've got a lot of insults. We're comfortable slinging at each other. So, yeah. No, that sounds like it could be a pretty fun thread.
Somebody else said I worked at a radiology clinic where they would provide a single bread roll for staff for lunch on Wednesdays. No fillings or spreads, just a plain white bread roll.
Here's a roll. Enjoy your bread. I mean, we got delivered by Jay Hildebrandt, legendary East Idaho broadcaster, a bunch of fudge today.
One of the nicest people, and he was knocking on the door here. He was standing here. I'm like, what's wrong with Jay? And then he
doesn't just barge in.
He doesn't know. He thought I was about to go live on the air. Meanwhile, I'm just watching a YouTube video on how to randomize people on an Excel sheet or how to randomize data on an Excel sheet. I'm like, what's going on, Jay? He's like, yeah, my wife made these legendary award-winning fudge or all these different fudge pieces. I'm like, oh, sweet. Okay.
They were good.
I'll gladly take a few.
Did you try those Hershey's Kisses with the
good.
cherries in them?
Were those cherries?
Yeah, they were like cordial Hershey's Kisses.
Oh.
And they were really, really good.
Where is Scott from Fars? I haven't heard from that guy in forever.
I don't know. He has spoiled us, so it's not like we go, hey, where's our cordials, bro?
No, but like we haven't heard from him at all.
No, it's true. I hope you're doing okay, Scott. Reach out. You know, we haven't heard from you in a bit.
There are a lot of listeners.
It's a busy time of year for candy and ice cream makers.
Right. There are a lot of listeners I think about, and then I'll be like, oh, where did this person go? And then literally that next day, they'll call in and be like, hey, I haven't spoken to you in a while.
Yeah,
Hope all's well.
It is kind of weird like that.
James from Tennessee was one of them.
It's weird how you can forget about people.
Liberal Jimmy? I haven't heard from him.
Yeah, where's Lib Jim? You know, that's really weird. I had a comedian pop up on my Facebook feed yesterday that I hadn't thought about in years. Back in the day, my band, we would do shows with comics. Like we'd have the Salt Lake comics come up, or if there were any around here, we'd bring them in and do comedy/metal shows.
So you're talking about a legitimate comic and not somebody who thinks they're a comedian on Facebook.
No, they're legit comics. You know, guys that I met when they'd open for like Stanhope or something. And this guy, Cena Amundsen.
John Cena?
Not John Cena, Cena Amundsen. I totally forgot about this guy. And he popped up on my feed yesterday. I guess he was looking to move back to Salt Lake from L.A. He's been down in L.A.
Yeah,
and I
saw
that he was working for one of the talent agencies that does VO work for radio and movies.
Oh, cool.
One that I recognized. I was like, oh, I wonder if I just didn't even know it and happened to hear his voice at some point.
Probably. Yeah, it's weird how people just like will disappear. You think about them and all of a sudden they come back.
Well, and I hadn't thought about him, but I was just like, oh, whoa, I forgot that guy existed.
Yeah.
And then it reminded me about a bunch of those other comedian guys that I'm going, what happened to those guys?
Yeah, loyal listener Red Ed called me for the first time. It's a busy time of the year for him.
Yeah.
It happens with
Out
our,
on the
with
road,
our listeners.
so.
Yeah, but this was a funny thread. You got to look at this thread on Reddit that we were talking about before we get sidetracked here.
Yeah. I'll definitely check it out.
One of our all-time favorite radio DJs, that is Eddie Trunk, posted this earlier this morning, freaking out about drones in the sky in New Jersey.
There's things flying around. I don't like technology.
I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, my gosh. Drones are run by computers.
Was out driving around New Jersey tonight, saw multiple drones all over the place. Never saw anything like this. Of course not, because you're an old man. There was no drones back when you were in your teens and early 20s. And it is bizarre and unsettling to say the least. They are huge and everywhere. Beyond comprehension, our government are seemingly doing nothing on what would appear to be a massive security issue. No action, no explanation, literally living in some weird sci-fi movie. What the heck?
What the heck?
And then someone said Rod Serling would have loved reading all these comments. Wonder how many people live on Maple Street.
Holy cow. Very disturbing. Drones in the sky.
Right after I saw that post, I saw this other post from r/conspiracy. This guy was freaking out on Twitter saying the deep state's taking over.
Dude, it's going to get so weird in the next few years with conspiracy theories.
Right here. From r/conspiracy. Radar guy here. I know who is operating the drones. The drones are a part of a military drill being conducted by Space Force. Everything is on a need-to-know basis, which is why there's so much confusion. What gets me concerned and why I had to make this post is that something big is about to go down.
Okay. Or people are just flying drones around. I mean, drones deliver groceries nowadays, Peaches. You can order stuff on Amazon in big cities or Walmart and get your order shipped in by drone. This is just 2024. Not everything's a conspiracy.
I happen to know that there are additional full lockout drills that are scheduled to take place between now and Christmas Eve. These operations involve the full turnover of all radio/radar and aircraft communications to the military for several hours at a time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we work in radio, Peaches. Yeah, we were certainly told recently, you got to pass the K-Bear airwaves over to the military for a few hours. Listeners, get ready for a brief outage when we pass it over to the... What? How do they come up with that? All radio communications?
In conjunction with that, there are also scheduled satellite launches off the books, which have been occurring since October. They are setting up for some kind of big show for the public very soon. CNN was even at our facility shooting pre-roll footage for a future story.
Okay. Yeah, you remember a few weeks ago when they told East Idaho about the drills they were going to be doing with jets and stuff in the sky?
Right.
What would Eddie Trunk think if he was here?
They have these fast aircrafts.
Clearly there's something major going down in the Pacific Northwest. They're flying jets over Idaho. What's going to happen? Oh, my goodness. People will freak out about anything, man. Anything. I mean... I should go buy a drone. I should get myself a drone for Christmas.
Well, I just had ChatGPT come up with a post for r/conspiracy theory. We've cracked the case, folks. Eddie Trunk isn't just a music historian and radio legend. He's actually an alien.
Dude, please post it.
Sent to Earth.
Right.
Sent to Earth. Where's my...
There we go. Gotta have X-Files music.
Think about it. The encyclopedic knowledge, the effortless charm, the ability to make every band's career sound fascinating. No mere human could handle that much classic rock trivia. Our theory? He's beaming secret messages through guitar solos.
please post that.
Rallying his intergalactic rock army. If your FM dial suddenly switches to a 27-minute drum solo, run! Stay vigilant.
Oh, wow.
Stay vigilant, Earthlings. Remember, the truth is out there, probably on vinyl.
Dude, this is Eddie Trunk being an alien is one of the best conspiracies I've heard in a while.
And
I believe it.
It gave hashtags, hashtag Eddie Trunk, hashtag alien invasion, hashtag radio takeover, hashtag protect the airwaves.
Post that in the comments on Eddie Trunk's post about the
on
drones.
my personal Facebook.
Yeah.
Why? I'm going to get banned off of his Facebook page.
No, you won't. No.
Maybe I want him as my guest for the Talking Between the Songs
you
podcast.
should try to get him on, and that would be pretty good, man. You'd be like, come on, Eddie. You know that some of those bands you've seen are using computers. Come on, admit it.
Come on. And I'll tell him, be like, dude, you can't tell me a lot of these older bands who are still around performing are doing it better live compared to a band like Falling in Reverse. We could compare show sizes, fan bases, everything.
I mean, I will say that Falling in Reverse hasn't been playing a lot of shows. So, you got to play the shows to do a good show, but I don't know. Maybe they'll get back around to it one of these days.
I might just post this whole thing in r/conspiracy theory.
You should.
Just to see if Eddie Trunk even spots it and then talks about it on his show. There's this Reddit user named Brendan Peach that thinks I'm an alien.
It'd be some better content for a show than the same old lists.
Oh, come on. You don't want to hear about the top 5 albums from the 1980s?
No, I don't.
You don't want to hear him interview some 60-year-old guy that says rock and roll is dead in America? I bet he's trying to get those questions or those statements out of old rock stars so that way he can be relevant.
Exactly.
Right.
All these old rockers, man, they just hate new music. I don't get it.
That's what I was trying to figure out with our listeners for some reason. I saw this question posted by Lauren talking about, did you discover any new bands in 2024? And there was a couple people that said like 0, none.
Okay.
So I commented saying, like, we play new bands all the time. Are you not listening? And why are you in this group?
Well, maybe they didn't like any of them.
Stuart came up with a great response saying, hey, if it's a complete difference if I go out and buy myself a burger versus somebody handing me a burger. I don't count it as a discovery that way.
Okay, that's fair.
So I thought that was a great response.
Great analogy, Stuart.
Wrapping up the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, powered by Jalisco's.
Hi, Casey.
Casey Peaches,
Casey Peaches.
here on the microphone.
I just wanted to remind the average person that TV shows aren't real, Peaches.
What?
Yeah,
Gus Fring isn't a real person?
no, I'm sorry, Peaches. Gus Fring was not real.
Homelander?
Homelander's not real. Homelander's not real.
I wish he was.
You wish he was. I'm sure there are a lot of people that wish he was real, actually.
That show is fantastic. The Boys, one of the best shows ever.
So good. I love it. Another show that's currently about wrapping up is Yellowstone, which is a real popular show.
That's a real place, though, Victor.
Well, the national park is. The ranch is not, Peaches. They film on a real ranch, but Yellowstone Ranch or the Duttons.
Oh, you're a
ranch.
fan of Yellowstone? Name 3 farm animals.
So I saw this post in the Yellowstone subreddit. Anyone from Montana? Hey, I've been watching Yellowstone for a few months, and I know it's just a fictional TV show, but I was wondering how close it is to reality, like how owners operate in Montana, families, reservations, and such. Have you watched any of Yellowstone?
No,
Peaches?
I haven't. I've heard how great it is from Justin and Katie, the 2 country people in the building.
Okay, season 1, I think, was really good.
Isn't Kevin Costner causing a whole bunch of drama with that show?
There was some kind of drama going on, and I haven't watched any of the final season. I've seen everything up till the season that's airing now.
Dude, you are literally the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
Well, let me tell you.
I have seen every movie and TV show out there.
But Yellowstone, how anyone could watch it and think that any ranch in existence operates in this manner, you'd have to be a crazy person.
You're telling me that Walter White is not based off a real person?
No, Peaches, he's not. And if you've watched Yellowstone, you'd know there's lots of, I would say, mafia-esque behavior. If the average cowboy was driving people out to a cliff in Wyoming and just throwing them off every once in a while, because that's where you take them to the train station, there would be a massive pile of bodies at the bottom of some cliff. Somebody would find out about this, okay? There's no just spot you can go and consistently kill people over and over to keep them from buying up a swath of land in your area or something. The show is so ridiculous at times with the plot that's why I haven't liked it as much. The first season was kind of believable, but then it just goes further and further downhill in the believability realm. This might be a spoiler, but I think it's season 3. There's a major plot point where these very wealthy developers kidnap a child and hold him hostage because they want some kind of a deal to work out or something. Like, I'm sorry, but rich business developers are not stealing people's children.
Well, you say that now, and then all of a sudden some big story comes out next week.
Oh, jeez. It's just ludicrous to ask, is this show realistic? Like, there's documentaries about ranching on YouTube. Just watch one of them, and you can see how a farm works.
I'm not that bored. I'm not going to be watching documentaries on ranching when I get home.
I know, but to even have it cross your mind, hey, this really crazy show I'm watching, it's completely
you wouldn't believe
unhinged.
how many people think radio is like we pick the songs like ourselves, like each and every single song that plays in the show.
No, I mean, we line it up with the scheduler.
And like the On the Line movie that I told you about with Mel Gibson that I watched recently. You really think, the streets of LA are empty at night. He's driving his classic car to the studio, and there's a full-on executive up, like for some reason working at that office that late at night, or it was overnights that he was doing his show for.
Yeah,
during his show during.
There's nobody awake in LA in the middle of the night, Peaches.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, when I drive to work in the morning, there's a bunch of cars out and about. Why would the streets of LA be, just depleted of people at any time of the day?
Back when I would go to Coast at like 3 a.m, because I had to drive from Seal Beach to Burbank, there was still traffic on the 405.
Yeah, totally.
At 3 a.m. on a weekday.
I don't know. It's just sometimes I see posts online and I wonder if people just need somebody to talk to. Yeah.
Well, respond to that person saying, hey, your toys as a kid also came alive. Toy Story is based off a real story. And also Monsters, Inc. did happen, too, in real life. There was Sully, Mike, and all the other monsters that would scare you to supply energy to Monster World.
Yeah, that's how nightmares work.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, Men in Black exists, too.
Dude, I mean, obviously, and Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are the ones who are in charge.
The noon hour of Madness and Mayhem powered by Jalisco's is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information... Oh, wow, I swallowed my spit wrong while I was still talking. That's funny. All right. Okay, where was I? Oh, for more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.